So today I'm here to talk to you about probably one of the best vlogging lenses for Sony. That lens is the Tamron 70-28 f2.8. It's the DI3 RXD. I think it's the name. So I needed a lens for my ZV-1 and I needed an f2.8 lens that was not too expensive and that was light. So I decided to buy this. I already have the Sony 16-35 f4, the Zeiss version. That is a great lens, but it's too heavy and it's f4. So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to go with this one. Let's talk a little bit about this lens in another place. Let's go. So here I am with this lens and paired with my ZV-1. And so let's talk about this lens. So this lens is, as I said, a 70-28 constant f2.8 aperture. That is amazing. So f2.8 is one of the main reasons why I bought this lens, because the aperture is very good. So it's a fast lens and it goes from 17 millimeters to 28. That is also a great range. Of course, it's less than my Sony 16-35 f4 is the Zeiss version. And of course, this lens is very good, but it's heavy and it has a problem that I don't like. When you change the focus, this lens extends, and this one, no. This is a constant length, so you can change the zoom here and it doesn't extend. Then that's another reason why I decided to go with this lens. And of course, the price. So the price, it differs from where you buy it. If you buy it from the US, from Amazon.com, it costs around $7.99, so $18 US. And if you buy it in Europe, in Amazon also, it costs 922 euros. That is a lot. The difference from the US to Europe is a little bit bigger. But I found a place here in Europe that costs almost half of that price. I bought this lens from a store here in Europe that is einfinity.eu, and this lens cost me 570 euros. So a lot cheaper than on Amazon and other stores that are here in Portugal or around Europe. So this lens for this price is amazing. If you want to buy one and if you are in Europe, you can buy from them. I already bought several lenses and cameras from them and they work perfectly. This is not sponsored by einfinity. This is my true opinion about the store, because I already, as I said, I bought several things from them. Also friends of mine have bought from them and never had any issues with the store. And they also have the einfinity.com, and if you are in the US, you can buy from them, and the prices that are on that web store are the prices that you're gonna pay. You don't have to pay any taxes, nothing. And here in Europe and UK, it's the same. So you don't have to pay anything more. In other places, probably you have to pay duty taxes according to your country. So let's talk a little bit about the lens. So the lens is very light. So the lens only weighs 420 grams. So another thing that was very good for me, because if you want to vlog, you don't want a heavy lens, because you are with the lens and the camera in your hand. If it's too heavy, after a few minutes, your arm will start to hurt. So the lightweight of the lens is very important. Of course, the build quality is not that great. The build quality is good, but the lens is almost everything in plastic. But I don't have any issues. I have this lens for a while now, and I don't have any issues with the lens. It works perfectly. So it's not the same as this one, because this one is all metal, the Sony, the 16-35. But the weight is very different. This one is heavier than this one, but a lot. So this one weighs around 600 and something grams, so it's a lot more heavy. This one is perfect for vlogging. The dimensions of the lens is 99 millimeters in length and 75 in diameter. The front thread for the filter is 67 millimeters, so it's a very good dimension. You don't have to spend a lot of money in filters because they are not that big. And the minimal focus distance at 17 millimeters is 19 millimeters, and if you go to 28, it will be 26 millimeters. So you can put the subject in front of the lens and it will focus. The autofocus works perfectly. It's a stepper motor, a silent stepper motor. It works perfectly. As you can see, I'm using the microphone real close to the lens, and I don't have any issues with the sound being captured by the microphone because the lens is silent. And the autofocus of this lens works perfectly. Paired with my ZVE one, it has been flawless. I don't have any issues with this. So if you are looking for a lens for vlogging for your ZVE one, this lens is perfect. And this is my true opinion because I bought this lens, I pay with my own money. So everything is my true opinion and the opinion by using it. So I have it for a while now, for almost a month. And I've been using this lens a lot in my videos. If you saw my tutorials about DaVinci Resolve, all the image that you see of me has been captured with this lens. So I've been using for a while, and the lens has been working perfectly with no problems. If you have any questions, you can ask me if I'm forgetting something, or if you want to ask something specific, you can leave them down below in the comments that I will have the pleasure to answer to you everything. And my final thoughts about this lens is that this lens is an amazing lens for this camera and for Sony cameras in general, because I tested in here, I tested in my FX30, I tested in my A7R III, and it works perfectly in all those cameras. Even if I took some photos with this, I took it with my A7R III, and the photos are amazing. They are sharp. They don't have any fringing problems. But you can see a lot of reviews of this lens for photography. My review is mainly for video. So for video, this lens is a must-have if you have a Sony, and especially if you have one of these new cameras, the Sony ZV-1 and the A7C II, this amazing autofocus features, and this lens paired with those cameras work perfectly. It's been flawless. I don't have any problems with this lens. So in my opinion, it's a great lens for video and also for photography, but for video especially, it's a great lens. And for vlogging, for traveling, if you do traveling videos, this lens is perfect because it's very small, it's very light, and you can pair it with the 28 to 17 millimeters. So with two lenses, you go from 17 to 70 millimeters or 75. But with two lenses, you have a wide range, and the price is very good. If you buy it in the E-Infinity store, the price is awesome. With 1,100 euros, you can buy both of these lenses, and then you have a perfect set for your videos, especially if you do travel videos. Those two lenses, you don't need more lens, and they are light. So I hope this information was helpful, and I hope you learned something today. And if yes, don't forget, hit that like button, that helps a lot. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and hit that notification bell to be notified next time I launch a video. Until then, bye!